Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett, excuse me, from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Thursday, October 1st, 2020, first day of the new trading month, which is October. Hopefully it'll be a good one for us, and we're in the last hour of the trading day. I do mention this each day, but my favorite time to make my buying and selling decisions is in the last hour, particularly in the last few minutes of the day. At the end of the day, you have the large financial institutions come in. They're dealing with the most money. They have very smart people. They have best information, best technology, and they make the majority of their buying and selling decisions at the end of the day. And they take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithms who trade it during the day. I don't consider them smart money, but I do consider the large financial institutions that make their moves at the end of the day smart money. So I think, in my opinion, that there is an edge in following what they do at the end of the day to make my buying and selling decisions. So thank you all for coming today. I always appreciate you being here. I always look forward to seeing everyone. I think we have a great group. I consider you all friends, and it's nice to hang out with your friends for an hour or an hour and a half during the day, right? So, excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. Currently, the Dow is up 70 points, up 0.25%. NASDAQ is up 171.86, up 1.5%, and the S&P is up 20.46, up 0.61%. So the NASDAQ, definitely the winner on the day. It's been a great day, really nice green day, very happy and thankful for that. So here's the plan for today. First of all, we're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them going forward. After that, I've had a couple day trades today that I'm going to share with you. After that, we're going to go through your trades. I have them up on the board, and we're going to see how those are doing. I see a lot of them are doing very, very well. So congratulations. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about trader psychology. Most important skill in trading. Everybody wants to concentrate on the entries and the exits, and which is important. You do have to learn that. It's good to learn technical analysis so you know where the resistance is and the support is. However, once you have learned that and put together a trading plan, you have really got to stick to that trading plan. That is the key, everyone. So to do that, that's in between your ears. That's your brain. That's your discipline. And that's the greatest skill you'll ever learn in trading, is the discipline of following your plan. So I do want to touch on that. After that, I've gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner, and have identified some potential end of day trades. I have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a trade. First requirement, confluence combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. I look at indicators as potential groups of buyers, and you will put yourself in the best position to have a profitable trade if you're within the company of as many other buyers as possible. And so that's how I try to achieve that, looking for confluences or combination of indicators lining up. Requirement number 2, even if you have a good confluence or combination of indicators, you have to have a good risk to reward ratio based upon strong support below and likely resistance above. So if I'm going to risk $100, I want to be able to make at least 200 or more to the upside. Very important. And then number 3, always take a few minutes during the day, sit quietly for a minute and think to yourself, okay, do I really need this new trade? Do I really need this new position? How many correlated positions do I already have? How much account heat do I already have? I think it's one topic that people don't spend enough time on. So, if you have a big up day and you have correlated positions, that's great, but it's also the same to the other side, right? There's always the yin and yang to this trading. So ideally, in an ideal world, every single trade I would have would be uncorrelated or in different industries or even outside of equities like gold, bonds, silver, dollar, things like that. And every single trade I had would be a different strategy. Now, sometimes that doesn't happen, but in an ideal world, I'm just trying to, make the extreme point everything completely diversified as far as type of business and industry, and every trade being a completely different type of trade, like maybe one being a deep dip, one being a crossover, one being a return to value, something like that. So please keep those in mind. So I will go down through the ones that look good upon first pass. I'll keep the ones that don't look good. I'll just get rid of them. And then I'll take the end of day candidates, try to go through them with a fine tooth comb and try to narrow it down to the very, very best one or two trades possible based upon the 3 requirements I have. And then if I find something, I'll place the trade near the end of the day. After the market closes, if you have any questions for me, you need any clarification on what I discussed today, please let me know. I'm happy to clarify. If there's any stock symbols that you would like me to look at before the close of the market, go ahead and put them in the chat. Put an asterisk by it so I know it's time sensitive, and I will do my very best to get to them before the end of the day. And then after the close, if you could wait until the close of the market, so I'm done teaching, done trading, pressure's off, and then if you have any new entries or exits, I will get them taken care of and we'll get everything updated on the board. And the board looks good today, for sure. So, okay, that's the plan and the format for today. So hang tight, I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. Kamal is here. Hey, Kamal, good seeing you. Good trading with you today. Kamal and I were talking about some trades that we saw today, intraday. Kamal had some good ones. Congratulations, Kamal. Evan is here. Good afternoon to you, Evan. Dan is here. Hi, Greg and group. The great Steve Burns is here. Hello, Steve. Good to see you. Always an honor and privilege to have you here, sir. I really mean that, and I'm sure everyone else feels that way as well. Steve says, hello. All eyes are on the political stimulus bill and unemployment numbers. Yes, yes, yes. Boy, and this market can turn quickly, can't it? It did a little earlier in the day, and of course it did yesterday. So always be vigilant, everybody. Tracy Peterson. Hey, Tracy. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hope Paxton is well. And if he's there, please give him my best. David is here. Hi, David. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope the shoulder's doing better. Frank is here. Hi, Greg and group. Hi, Frank. Good to see you, my friend. Quad is here. Good afternoon, Greg and group. Hello, Mr. Quad. Good to see you. Miko is here. Hi, Miko. Good to see you. Miko is one of my prior students. I miss speaking to my students. You know, I spend all this time with them and then we're done. And so I'm glad at least I can chat and visit with Miko a little bit here in the live stream. So hope you're doing well, sir. Kamal says, nice trade on Walmart, Greg. Thank you. Yep, I've had some good trades today for sure. Chris is here. Wonderful afternoon. Hey, Chris, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you coming. William says, hello, Greg. Hello, team. Markets are much better today. Yes, they are. I didn't like yesterday's close whatsoever. I was kind of bummed about it and woke up this morning. I was like, hey, you just never know, do you? Hey, Johan, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well, sir. Hope you're flying safely up there in the skies and hope you're having a nice evening. Alan C. is here. Hey, Alan, good to see you. Hello. Appreciate you being here. Mark Glendenning. Hey, that's a cool name. Good to see you, Mark. Thanks for coming. All right. Well, okay, let's get to it. It's been a great day. Let's start off with Advanced Micro Devices. Frank is in with the half position. Yas, Steve Burns, Brian, and myself, we did buy Advanced Micro Devices back on the 28th of September at 81.78 with the 520 crossover. Next day, MACD went positive, which is a confirming sign Nice day today. I did hit one profit target here at 83.83. Second line up here is the second profit target. I could imagine on a day like today, it's possible that we could get up there, but up 3 point, excuse me. You know, I don't speak to anybody during the day, so when I start speaking here on the podcast, I have to warm up, right? But it's up $2.95, up 3.63%. And again, I did hit one profit target here. Orange line up here, this is the one ATR away for my entry, at least today. It changes every day. But once it gets up there, I will go into trailing stop mode and get out part of the position if I have a close below the previous day's low. But up very nice today, 3.63%. Etsy, look at this. Oh, Quad isn't in this. He told me earlier. Darn it. I was excited for Quad, but I'm in it, thankfully. I did buy Etsy back here on the 28th of September. I bought it here at 123.72 with the 520 crossover. Kind of did nothing for a couple days, but today it is up 9.06%. I have hit three profit targets, 124.71, one at 127.78, another at 130.87. And I entered a fourth one. I usually only enter three, but I entered an extra one that has a limit order up here at 133.98. But fantastic, up 8.98% today. And very, very happy with that. We're at 66.22 RSI, so I will have to be aware of how it responds around the 70 RSI up here. If it rejects the 70 RSI to the upside, I would sell half my position. So anyway, very, very happy with this trade today. Goldman Sachs is the only stinker. Kamal and I are in Goldman Sachs. Frank's laughing at us. He's like, I knew better not to take Goldman Sachs. But it was a valid signal. It did have a higher low close above the 200-day moving average. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out. Bought at 201.35. Right now, it's down 1.05%. If it closes under the 200-day moving average, which it looks like it will, I will get out of the full position. That's the key. Identify strong support underneath you, like the 200-day moving average, and something that backtests well, which Goldman Sachs does. Put the trade on, position size correctly, pull the handle on that slot machine, and after that, like Mark Douglas says, something's going to happen, you just don't know. But this one didn't work out. But the key is, didn't work out, take a small loss, just move on, look for a better setup. The Qs. All right, so we have Steve, Yas, Johan, Gary, and myself. We did buy the Qs yesterday, right about 278.68. We had a 520 crossover. We also had positive MACD crossover. So those are two nice confluence of signals with the 520 crossover and the MACD crossing over. Bought yesterday at 278.68. It is up 1.87% today, 1.86% today. I did hit one profit target, took a little of my position off, locked it in, took the chips off the table at 81.50. It is at 282.12. Orange line up here has to get up here at least today because I use the 1.5 ATR reading, but this changes every day. So sometimes this will move up, sometimes this will move down. But as soon as it gets up here, then I will go into trailing stop mode. So anyway, so far so good. Glad for Steve, Yas, Johan, Gary, and myself. SPY. Oh, you know, it just wouldn't be a regular day at Gossett Trading if we didn't talk about the overnight SPY trade. I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I sell it first thing the next morning. I do this based upon a long-term backtested study from Ms. Liz Ann Saunders. She's the Chief Investment Officer over at Charles Schwab. She's at Bespoke Invest on Twitter since 1993. They backtested two approaches. First approach, buy the SPY at the open, hold it all through the day, sell it at the close. If you'd used this approach every day since 1993, you've returned a negative 13.9% return for all your hard work and troubles. However, do the opposite, which was what I do, buy the SPY at the close, hold it overnight, take the overnight risk, sell it first thing the next morning. This approach every day since 1993, positive 634.2%. Big difference between negative 13.9 and positive 634.2. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. Does not mean it's going to work in the future, but if I'm going to take a trade, allocate money towards a trade, it's going to be something that has good back-tested results. And I mention this often, but what this really means, everybody, is all the gains in the S&P 500 since 1993 have come in the after-hour session. All the people buying it, holding it in their IRAs, they think they've made it during the day. They haven't. It's been in the overnight, but they owned it overnight, right? But they gave back some during the day. So that is why I buy this blue line, buy the close, sell the next morning. Orange line, buy the morning, sell the same day close. Not even close, big difference, but word of caution, if you're considering using this approach, I would be consistent with it, do it through thick and thin, but position size very conservatively. A good starting point would be like 5% of your capital. So if you had $100,000, you would buy $5,000 worth of the SPY at night, sell it the first thing next morning. That's not your risk, that's your total amount. If you want to be more aggressive, maybe like 10%. But what I do is I change around. I base it upon what the value of the 2 ATR reading is, because that adjusts for volatility. So some days I'm buying more, some days I'm buying less. So I did buy the SPY yesterday at the close at 334.89. And sold it right here at the open at 337.63. So bought at 334.89, sold the open 337.63. Really nice overnight SPY trade here. It is lower now than where I sold it. Okay, and speaking of SPY, I had another SPY trade along with Dan, Steve, Brian, and myself. We bought, this is a separate SPY trade. I bought SPY at 333.82 when the 10 EMA crossed over the 50 EMA. This is a good back-tested approach. Bought it here 332.82, hit a profit target yesterday, hit another one today at 337.63. MACD looks like it's going positive today. Okay, Walmart. I did buy Walmart yesterday along with Johan, Brian, and Gary. If we go over to the fractal chart, you can see the three lines, the blue, red, and the green. They started to come together, started to move sideways. This means the alligator is sleeping. That's when I want to buy and I want to sell when it's starting to wake up. So I bought it yesterday when we took out this previous high. This high is a fractal, a high with two higher low highs to the right and two lower highs to the two lower highs to the left, two lower highs to the right. That is the signal. This is based from Bill Williams, Dr. Bill Williams, using fractals. But essentially, when you have sideways motion and you have a break, that's when you can have a really nice move. So I bought it yesterday at 140.40. It's up 2.35% today. I did hit a profit target at 141.47 and another one at 143.03. Got close to that third one, but have not got there yet, but still up 2.34% today. Amazon, you guys know this. I did sell puts on Amazon, which is a bullish position. I sold puts on Amazon down to the option puts at $2,300, meaning that if the price stays above $2,300 by November 20th, I will be able to keep all the premium. I picked the 2,300 mark because of the 200 and the 250 as support above me. On the weekly, I have support of the 50-week moving average, and I'm near the negative third ATR. And on the monthly, have support of the 1 ATR channel and the 20-month moving average. So far, right about 64% of all the premium I've already received because I sold it right here, nailed the bottom, actually. But when you sell puts, you can only make a fixed amount. But anyway, pretty good. Apple. Also sold puts on Apple down to 77.50. Apple's up 65 cents right now. If Apple stays above 77.50, I will be able to keep all the premium. Again, I use 77.50 because the 200 and the 250 are above me as support on the weekly. The 77.50 strike price has the 50-week moving average, and it's right near the negative third ATR channel. And on the monthly, I have the 1 ATR channel, the 20 EMA, and the support of this previous high. So anyway, those are all doing very well. Also, speaking of Apple, before I forget, Frank is in Apple at 111 even. Kamal is in Apple at 113.44. It's at 116.45. So both of them are nicely in the money. Okay, I did have a day trade today on Apple. I bought it here with the 520 cross. I bought it at 116.49. Played around, moved sideways, moved up nicely for me, did get up to the orange line, which is the 1.5 ATR. At this point, I start trailing the stop, was nicely in the money, but then we had this big down bar. So whenever I move 1.5 ATRs from my entry, which is indicated by this line here, if it ever comes back to my entry point, I just have to get out break even. So this is unfortunate, but you know, it's a good example of following my plan. Nicely in the money, but then came back down to my entry point. I did not want it to turn into a loss, and therefore I got out for break even. Break even trades to me are the most impressive trades when a trader tells me they have a break even trade, because it meant that they were nicely in the money and then something happened, but they were still disciplined enough to follow their plan. So remember, it's always a bummer to have a profitable trade and then that turn into a big loss. So that's why if it moves a certain amount away from my entry, I will get out. So break even trade on Apple, and then on Exxon, I had a losing trade. No winning day trades today, which is a bummer, but that's how it goes. I did buy Exxon here when we had a V2 false breakout from this previous bar. It initially went up for me. I thought I had nailed it, but I did not. I got in at 33.21 and I got out at 33.15. So I lost 6 cents on that trade, but not too bad and survivable. Okay. Miko says, all good, thanks, Greg. Look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you, sir. I look forward to that as well. Frank has a poem for us. Let's see. Here we go. A trade takes on a life of its own, a seed that's sown and you'll never really own. But we can care and manage it till it's grown. To find out what it is all about, be patient and wait for that first sprout. Oh man, Frank, how you do this every day, I will never know, and I'm just in amazement every day. I mean, these are great poems and they're just so relative to what we do here. A trade takes on a life of its own, a seed that's sown you'll never really own, but we can care and manage it till it's grown. To find out what it's all about, be patient and wait for that first sprout. That's good. Kamal, GDA. Okay, I already have those. I have most of those, Kamal, on the watch list, so I'm going to get through those. If I don't have them all, remind me, but I think I have, I don't have Cody. Here, let me hurry and put Cody down here. Okay. Quad says, thoughts on Chewy today. In its value, though a bit extended, I do like the positive MACD over 50 RSI, good volume as well. Yeah, Chewy is on my list as well, Quad, and so we're going to go through that. But I do like Chewy. It's one of my favorite ones, and it's, you know, it's a fractal also. You know, it has some sideways motion. Well, we'll look at it in a minute, but yes, I do like Chewy. Oh, man. I'm running late today. I haven't even gone through your trades. Okay. Johan bought Alibaba at 276.70 with a 520 crossover. Had a huge day yesterday, down a little bit today, but Johan looks like he is still up 4.48% on that trade. So congratulations, Johan. Intel, Gary sold puts down to Intel, down to the 45.40s. It's at 52.22, meaning Gary will keep all the premium as long as it stays above $45 before November 20th. So he's got a lot of nice protection all the way down to here. So that's looking pretty good. Google. David and Steve Burns bought Google. Gary sold puts down to $1,200. David and Steve bought here at 1421.86 with the bounce near the 30 RSI and a bounce off the 200-day moving average. Is up 1.19% today, but nicely up on the trade. Let's see. Looks like approximately 4% on that trade. So congratulations, Gary, David, and Steve. DDM, Steve Burns, Dan, and Brian did buy. Oh, no, that's not right. Just Steve, sorry. Steve did buy DDM, which is double leverage Dow with the 1050 EMA crossover, bought it here at 45.88. It is currently 46.71. It is a bit down today now, huh? I think the market's gone down since I started the podcast. But he did buy at 45.88. It is at 46.71. So down a little bit on the day, but still nicely up on the trade. PayPal. Brian bought PayPal here at 183.40. It is now 196.87. So hugely, bigly up on the trade, but just a little bit down on the day, although it was. But nice trade, Brian. MA. Okay, so Steve, I made this chart earlier. Steve bought MasterCard with the 1030 EMA crossover. Bought it at 338.64. It is currently 342.16. Is up 1.18% today. So up on the day and up on the trade. So congratulations, Steve. LVGO. Okay, Frank bought LGVO back here at 132.50. Next day he got out with the profit, sold half of his position, kept the other half, which I'm sure glad he did now, and it's been up nicely. Is up 0.44% today. So congratulations, Frank. IBB. All right, this is okay. So Steve bought IBB, which is the NASDAQ Biotech Share ETF. He bought it with the 530 EMA cross. He bought it here at 134.44 when it crossed. It's up 0.69%, so up on the day and up on the trade. Sorry, when I have these different crossover charts, I get distracted because I have to move all over the place. All right. Brian bought CRM yesterday at 251.20. It is currently 253.22. So up on the day, up on the trade. Shopify. Kamal had a beautiful trade on Shopify back here on the 25th. He bought it at 960 even. It is $1,048.02, up 2.45% today alone, and up 8.43% from the entry. So congratulations, Kamal. SSRM. Kamal bought SSRM at 1856. It's 1881. It is up on the day and up on the trade. QLD. Okay, so Steve bought QLD. Let's see, did anybody else buy it? No, just Steve. Steve bought QLD at 90.49 with the 1050 EMA crossover. It is up 2.67%, so nicely up on the trade, nicely up on the day, Steve. Congratulations. GDXJ, which is the junior gold miners, Yas bought back here on the 4th of September at 58.35, been up nicely, then back down, is up a little bit up today. It's up 1.46%, but still a little down on the trade. Ugh, Kamal, this is a bummer. I thought that was a good setup. V1, false breakout, close over the 200-day moving average, but unfortunately, let's see, Kamal bought this at 147.68. This is way down today, down 2.48% today, is losing the 200-day moving average. So this looks really weak. Netflix looks like it's doing well. Brian bought Netflix yesterday at $500.40 with 520 crossover, up 5% today. So congratulations, Brian. And then Caterpillar. Brian also bought Caterpillar yesterday at 149 even. It is now 146.28, down $2.87, down 1.92%. So some winners, some losers, but overall more winners than losers. Okay, talked about Chewy, or we're going to talk about Chewy. Kamal says, good trade on AGQ. Yep, Quad had a good trade there. He got out before the plunge, so that was a good idea on that particular trade. Quad says, thank Kamal. Zynga and AGQ were both over 10% profit, so very happy about those. Oh yeah, I missed our little Zynga trade. Okay. So listen, before we start going down through the watch list, before I start looking for end of day trades, I just want to switch gears, get away from charts and indicators for a minute and talk about the most important part of trading, which is trading psychology, which is, your discipline, you being able to have a plan and follow your plan. This is from Stephen Goldstein at AlphaMind 101. I can't say enough good things about Stephen. He's on Twitter, by the way. Stephen Goldstein at Twitter at AlphaMind 101. Retired professional trader. Now he is a big time international trading coach. He trades large financial institutions, hedge funds, prop firms, and large individual traders. Boy, I'd like to spend a little time with him. I'm sure I could learn something as well. He has a great podcast, the Alpha Mind podcast. So subscribe to Stephen Goldstein on Twitter. Listen to his podcast, the Alpha Mind 101 podcast. They have all sorts of different traders, all sorts of different levels. He was kind enough to have me on as a guest twice, but that's a great podcast. And I always say on Twitter, it's always a great investment to listen to. A great investment of time to listen to the Alpha Mind 101 podcast. Let's see what Stephen has to say. A lot of trading psychology advice is about being positive and getting the mind right. This is well-intentioned, but of little use if the basics are faulty. No amount of wishful thinking will take a boat to its destination if the rudder is bent and the navigational system is broken. This poor little ship here, right? He's totally right. We can all be positive about trading, but just being positive is good. Looking on the bright side is good. Being grateful for things that you did do or didn't do is good. Doesn't hurt, but you need a plan. A boat cannot get to its destination if the rudder is bent and the navigational system is broken. And the way that I would say this is the rudder is bent. I would say that would be your mind not working correctly or not following your plan, and the navigational system is broken. I take this navigational system broken means that you don't have a good trading plan. So I kind of like these metaphors. Is it a metaphor or an analogy? I'm not sure. I'm sure Frank would know, or maybe it's something else, but I think you get the idea. A lot of trading psychology advice is about being positive and getting the mind right. This is well-intentioned, but of little use if the basics are faulty. No amount of wishful thinking will take a boat to its destination if the rudder is bent and the navigational system is broken. Or in other words, no amount of wishful thinking is going to make a trader profitable if their mind is not correct, if their mind is not doing what it's supposed to do, and they don't have a good trading plan based upon good trading principles. At least that's how I take it. I mean, this is subjective. You could read a lot of things into it, but I thought that was really helpful. So the takeaway from this is come up with a good trading plan, follow the plan. I think that's, in my opinion, that's what it comes down to, because we don't want to be this boat here, rusty old boat, licking our wounds with all our trading losses. So thank you very much, Stephen Goldstein. Appreciate that. That's a great post. Okay. Okay. EWZ. Ooh, I'm running out of EWZ and M. Have I got M on here? No. Okay, let's go over here. Put M on that way. All right, before we look at these possible potential trades, always important, take a look at the current trades, see what's going on. Anything have to be changed? No. Looking pretty good here. With any luck, maybe I could hit that second profit target on AMD. Etsy, oh, it would have been nice to hit 4 profit targets. Got close, but no cigar. It's come off a little bit, but still up 7.36%. Goldman Sachs, that's the stinker of the day. I will be getting out of Goldman Sachs with the close under the 200-day moving average. Qs, looking like a champion. Looks like we're running to a little resistance here at this first ATR channel. Remember, every ATR channel that you get to, there's more and more resistance. So the rubber band starts pulling a little tight here, tighter here, and at that third ATR channel, it pulls really, really tight. Remember, 92% of prices do not go above the third ATR channel. They get up there and fail. And it also goes to the downside. You can see here, got right to the negative third ATR channel and bounced off that. Doesn't happen all the time, so I mean, it's not foolproof for sure. But anyway, that one's looking good. SPY had the good SPY trade. Sold it right near the top today and will be buying it again at the close. Walmart's doing really great. Got close to that third ATR channel, but still up 2.21%. Amazon have sold the puts on Amazon. Those are doing really, really well. And so I'm just kind of running the clock out on those. Apple's been weak today. I was mentioning this to Kamal earlier. Let's see what this looks like intraday. Oh yeah, right to the 1 ATR channel before, and now we're to the negative 1 ATR channel. So you know, I wonder if we'll hold there. We do have a 520 crossover on Apple today. That is a good back-tested approach, everyone. If you know, I'm not going to buy this because I already have the Qs and AMD, you know, and I have account heat because of my puts that I sold on Amazon and Apple. But if I didn't have Apple or have a lot of tech today, I would be buying Apple with the 520 crossover and the MACD, positive MACD crossover. These are two good confluence of the signals, and the 520 crossover on Apple does backtest well. So I'm not going to be buying it if I didn't have these tech companies. I 100% would, because it doesn't mean the trade would be positive, but this 520 backtest does backtest well. And so you know, if you're looking for a trade, a good one that has good back-tested numbers on it, of course, does not mean it's going to win. I am not making any promises. Very likely it could go right back down, right? Because it is quite weak today, actually, but the 520 crossover is a good back-tested approach. Exxon. Oh, yeah, Exxon is because I had that intraday trade on it, that losing trade. But really great day today. Very, very grateful for that. Okay, let's see. So the Dow went negative on the day. NASDAQ's still up 138 points. Okay. Steve says, I did make a new all-time equity high today in my total capital, but this market is shaky here. Oh, so at one point today, Steve, you had made an all-time equity high today. That is fantastic. I mean, that's what an accomplishment that is. Can you guys imagine? I mean, we are nowhere near all-time highs on the market, and Steve has made new all-time equity highs. All-time equity highs. Fantastic. Let's give Steve a round of applause because that is quite an accomplishment, and that's such a great feeling. Congratulations, Steve, and I hope it closes. At an all-time high for you today. But fantastic, fantastic. You know, when I wrote the foreword for Steve's book, I did mention in there that I'm fortunate enough because of this live stream to see Steve make real-time trades over the last couple years, and I see him making all-time equity highs very often, being in great uptrends, staying out of downtrends. So Steve is a real master, and that is a real accomplishment to make all-time highs consistently when the market is not making all-time highs. If the market's making all-time highs and you're making all-time highs, well, you know, that's good, but it's a lot more impressive when you're making all-time highs when the market is not even close. So congratulations, Steve. Kamal says, nice one, Steve. Steve Burns says, yes, still close, but my high was near the open. Congrats, Steve. Thanks, everyone. Claps from Dan. I'll tell you what, that's a huge, huge accomplishment, Steve. It really is. All right. Steve says, your foreword was 5 stars. Thanks, bud. I appreciate that. I was really concerned because I don't do a lot of writing, and I was kind of under the gun as far as the deadline. And I was actually going to hire somebody to help me write it. But with one day, it's like, I'm going to have to do this myself. So I sent it off with a lot of trepidation thinking, well, Steve, if you don't like it, I guess that's kind of what you get by giving me such a short deadline. But Steve did like it, so I'm grateful for that. I really am. And thanks again, Steve, for letting me do that. Okay, let's take a look here. EWZ. 19 million shares traded. Holy smokes. Brazilian index fund. Well, looks like we tested the low, the previous low over here. We bounced off the negative third ATR channel. I don't think we have tested the 30 RSI. You know, when I studied with Dr. Alexander Elder, what he really tried to imbue into my mind was when you go through charts, don't sit there with a ruler and a protractor and try to make it something that it's not. If there's a legitimate trade on a chart, it should jump off the screen. It should grab you by the face and say, this is a trade. So, what I've been trying to do over the last couple weeks is incorporate that a little bit more because, I can look at a chart and make an argument for anything, right? When you look at charts as much as I do, you could make an argument. But what I've been trying to do is literally go through the charts real quick. They're either going to jump out at me or they're not. Because if I stare at it too long, I can talk myself into something. And with this iShares, this EWZ, there's nothing here. It did bounce off the negative third ATR channel. That's about it. It doesn't have a V1. It doesn't have a V2. Here we have this big down move. I'm not saying it cannot rally, but it's probably going to get stuck right about here. Here's the big down move. It might rally back up and get stuck at the 50%. So nothing on EWZ. Cody. I always laugh at Cody because Kamal told me about Cody one day and I was like, I don't know what this stock is. It's a $2 stock. I'm not buying it. Next day it went up 16% or something like that. So, okay. This is what Kamal's been waiting for. He's been waiting for an under 30 over 30. And that's what happened. In addition to that, we went under the negative third, over the negative third, and we have finally, looks like we're going to close above the 5-day moving average. We haven't closed above the 5-day moving average since early in September. So these are all good signs. I'm not going to take this trade, but that is a good sign. Look, it's an under 30, over 30, back over the negative third ATR channel, close back over the 5-day EMA, which shows that something is changing, right? If you have a moving average that's been rejected and rejected and rejected and rejected, when you finally can close back over that, that's a good sign. Not to say that's your buy signal, but it's a contributing buy signal based upon the under 30, over 30 rejection of the negative third ATR channel. So pretty good. On the weekly, MACD's positive. That is positive. So we definitely have a double bottom with the bullish divergence. Here we have a low with deep red MACD bars. We rallied to some green. Now we're lower, but with green. This is called a missing right shoulder. That's great on the weekly, and that's great on the daily, I gotta say. Chewy, okay. This is what I was talking about. See all the sidewards motion that we've had? We've coiled up like a watch spring, just wound up. And then finally we've broken. Here's the fractal. Here's the high with 2 lower highs to the left, 2 lower highs to the right. We took it out today. MACD has turned positive. We went under 50, over 50. I like this trade. I always like sideways motion. Sideways motion doesn't get anyone's attention. But when sideways motion breaks, sideways motion leads to big moves. Big moves lead back to sideways motion. Sideways motions, again, lead to big moves. This is a lot of sideways motion coiling. Same reason I bought Walmart yesterday. So I do like Chewy. Momo. Pretty good, under 30, over 30. The V1 was yesterday, but it didn't. If you remember, we were looking at this. I was interested in this if it closed above 30, but it didn't close above 30. Now it's at 40. I think it's too chasey now because my stop would be back here at 30. That's quite a long distance for a stop. MACD is positive, which is good. Is a fractal. Here's a high with 2 lower highs to the left, 2 lower highs to the right. This is all good, but I just think it's a little chasey here for me. CME. $5.25 EMA and 20 EMA are exactly at the same point. We did trigger a fractal. MACD went positive. We did reject the 100-day moving average. I don't know how the 520 back test on this. I mean, this is decent. It's decent. I think I like Chewy better. WB, I don't like that at all. It rejected the 200-day already. EA, Electronic Arts, has a 520 crossover and triggered a fractal. Not too bad. Not too bad. Let's look at the weekly. Big bars down here. That's concerning, but decent. We'll put it over in the decent category. NEE looks like a 520 crossover. Tried to have a V2. It's okay, but if there is not a V2 here right now, so I'm going to let that one go. W, Wayfair Company, big strong day today, but just too far outside of the value zone for me to chase and already rejected the second ATR channel. XLU looks like it's closing above the 200-day moving average, which does backtest well, I believe. Don't hold me to that, but I think I've checked that many times. It closed under the 200, over the 200. It's decent, you know. Utilities is not a big mover. I think I'm going to let that one go. Pan W. Palo Alto Networks does have a 520 crossover. I don't know how that one backtests. Under 50, over 50. That one's okay. INT. I don't really see anything on INT. What do I have? 10 minutes? All right, I better hustle. Camp. No, I don't see anything there. TLT, it's a V1 with the rejection of the -1 ATR channel, but I don't see, no, I don't like that. Lope, V1, did it reject the negative third ATR channel? I'm sorry, the negative 30. No, it bounced near it. It's bounced near it, but no, I don't like that. I mean, it's okay, but I think there's better. USO. If we come back down, test this low, we'd have a nice double bottom with the bullish divergence. That would be interesting, but where it is right now, no. TLK. Big move up, but there's a huge gap. I'm not going to get involved with a gap like that. You know, gaps tend to get filled. So, no. PI. Nice big day, but too chasey. Way too chasey. Not a good risk to reward ratio. You'll be playing complete momentum there. GDX. No, I don't see anything on GDX. And M. Under 30, over 30 on Macy's, but I think the candidates over here are better. All right, so Cody is a potential with the under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, and the close back above the 5-day. I do like that. And then on the weekly, you have really one nice double bottom with the bullish divergence here. Chewy. I like the sideways motion. I like the breakout. I like the 520 crossover. I like the MACD crossing over. That's my favorite one so far. CME, probably my least favorite one. EA, not bad. Let's take a look at the weekly. This big bar here, you know, we've got this big old bar, and if we rally back up and see, it's exactly where we got, see the down bar, and we rallied back up to 50% and that failed. This bar concerns me, so I'm going to let that one go. And Palo Alto Networks, you know, just the fact that it rejected the 50 RSI here, or I'm sorry, the 50-day moving average is a little concerning. So me personally, I like Chewy the best. All right, so I am getting out of Goldman Sachs for a loss with the close under the 200-day moving average. I am buying the SPY here again at the close, of course, with the overnight SPY trade. And it looks like I will be buying Chewy at the end of the day. Have some volume, 520 crossover, triggered a fractal over the 50 RSI and positive MACD. So let me do this. Chewy. Okay. All right, so I'm going to get out of Goldman Sachs here, take the loss. Okay. And I'm going to move Chewy up here. I do like that trade there. So I am out of Goldman Sachs with the loss under the 200-day moving average, just so we are aware of that. David says, Cody is a beauty company, Fragrance Cosmetics. I remember that. I remember that because after Kamal made that call and it went way up, I was like, what is that company? Yep, Kamal says, I'm going to buy Cody. I knew you were. I would have been surprised if you didn't. Johnson Samuel, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. LMND. LMND. Lemonade Incorporated. I like the sound of that. Yes, it is a V1. Now, one thing, Johnson, when I'm looking for a V1, a washout, I want it to be at least a quarter ATR. From here to here is an ATR. From here to here is an ATR. From here to here is an ATR. Here to here is an ATR. A quarter that, here's half, a quarter would be about, I want about a quarter ATR washout. I guess that's really close. I don't like this big bar here. I gotta tell you that. I don't like this big bar. Again, you know, halfway, it's gonna find some Fibonacci, 50% Fibonacci resistance, and I would say that may be the case. Not 100%, but yes, you are correct. It is a V1, and I guess, let's see, from here to here is 4 points, so a quarter would be approximately $1. Did it wash out yesterday's low by $1? That's the question. 90 cents, so not quite. But good eye on the V1. Lemonade, I wonder what they do. We have some coiling here on the weekly, which could be good. When you get coils, you're probably going to have a move, strong move one way or the other. Unfortunately, we just don't know. David says, I like Cody too. Camp, I think I looked at Camp earlier and I took it off. Yeah, I did look at that earlier. It didn't go under 30, over 30, Kamal. This big skyscraper down on this huge volume concerns me. So I don't like that one. I like your Cody a whole lot better. GM is here. What is happening? Oh, man. I lost track of time. I have got to buy my stuff. Woo. Almost missed that. Okay. So I'm buying Chewy here. Okay. Good. I'm taken care of. All right. GM, what's happening? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Frank likes Cody too. How are you, Greg? I'm doing well. How are you, GM? Always like when GM stops in and says a little something. Says hi. Frank says LMND, I believe, is online insurance. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I'm short on Tesla strength. Oh, is Tesla strong today? Oh, yeah, it is. All right. Well, good luck on that short, GM. Thank God, all well. Good. I am glad to hear that. All right, well, that's about it. So I did buy Chewy. I did get out of a loss with Goldman Sachs, AMD, Etsy, the Qs, SPY, Walmart, Amazon, Apple, all doing really well. So grateful for that. Looks like Chewy's running here at the end of the day, which is great. All right, that's the market right there. Okay, so I did buy SPY at 337.04, and I bought Chewy at 58.92. All right, I'm going to put Goldman Sachs over here. I'm out of that trade. Chewy I bought here at 58.92. And I bought SPY. Oh, I got to write this down. Let me see. 334.89 and 337.63. Okay, so new entry here at 337.04 for the overnight SPY trade. All right, so that's it. So I did buy Chewy here, 58.92, and I bought SPY at overnight SPY at 337.04. Okay, so listen, if you have any new entries or exits for me today, please let me know, and I will get them updated on the board. Before I do, oh, one sec. Okay. Before I do, I just want to quickly put in my end of day little plug and just remind everybody that I do teach private lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I've had really good success with my clients. I do teach a really good course, really inclusive course, and it's a kind of an intense course because it's a total of 15 hours, 5 sessions. Each session's 3 hours for a total of 15 hours. I think the best way to learn anything is just directly one-on-one with your teacher, and you're going to learn a lot in this class. You're going to learn how to navigate, different kind of market conditions, learn how to adjust for volatility, learn where to place your emergency stops, your end of day stops, your profit targets, your ultimate profit targets, your intermediate term profit targets. We talk a lot about trader psychology, but I think the most important thing we do is we do a lot of repetition. We go through a lot of charts. We go through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of charts, thousands and thousands and thousands of days of just charts. What do you do here? Are you getting in? Are you get out? Are you sure? Why are you doing that? This is what you should do, so forth and so on. So if you're interested in doing the course with me, I think you'll really enjoy it. It is $1,000, but I think it's definitely worth the money. I think it's worth a lot more than that, frankly. And so if you are interested in taking this course with me, I know it's going to make you a better trader, but you can reach out to me. My email's in the description of this video. You can also send me a message on Twitter. And if you do reach out to me, I'll reply and say, hey, let's set up an initial Skype call. The Skype call is free. There's no sales pressure. I'm not going to ask you if you want to take the class or not. I just want to have a simple conversation with you, learn about your trading, your goals, your challenges, and then it's a good time for you to learn, for you to ask me questions about the course. So, if you've been thinking about it, this is a good time. I just got done with a handful of students, so my schedule is more free. So you should take advantage of that and send me an email or contact me on Twitter, and we'll get that initial Skype call going. Okay. And then if you like today's podcast, I really would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. Helps build the channel, helps keep the channel around, lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content here. So, if you did like it and you did think it was valuable, if you could just take a half a second before you click out of here, I would really appreciate that. Okay. That's it for my stuff. Let's take a look. Okay. So let's put Cody on here. Okay. So we have Yas. Oops. I know we have Kamal. Yas is also in Chewy. Frank says, LOL, you guys have me figured out. Okay, so Yas is in Chewy. Oh, David is in Cody also. Oh, come on, Cody. Let's go, Cody. GM says, I've been sitting on CAS for past 4 weeks now. Oh, on cash. Enoch Crinch, how you doing? Amazon. Does that mean that you purchased Amazon today? Or you want me to take a look at Amazon? Inch Crunch. Let me know. I don't know if you want me to put you down for a position on Amazon or if you would like my opinion on Amazon. Kamal says, when Frank bought 150 shares of Cody. Quad says, Greg's course is worth every penny. I went from being a newbie to actually trading smart and managing my risk to become profitable even in this extremely volatile economy. Ah, thank you, Quad. You were an excellent student too, I gotta say. You were a fast learner, and I was really impressed with that. But that's kind words. Thanks. Thank you very much, Quad. Frank says, okay. Oh, this looks like a Cody run here. All right, we have Frank. Okay, I've already got you an Apple. I've already got you an LVGO. And my September-October overnight SPY trade from yesterday. Okay, Frank, you let me know at the end of October how that does. Otherwise, I'm going to have too many lines up there on the SPY and I'll get confused. Johan is also in Cody, but I'm interested to see how your over month SPY trade works. Johan and Chewy. For the love of Star Wars. There you go. Oh, that's right. You're a big Star Wars fan. Quad says, no, I did not get paid to say that either. I think what Greg offers is that good. Thank you, Quad. I appreciate that. Also for Greg, my new positions are Chewy, and Cody. Wow, Cody just, uh-oh, what did I do? Cody is the star of the day today. Be honest, is everyone taking that because it's a $2 stock? Or is it because Kamal made a good call on it before? Which that is a better reason, in my opinion, to take it because Kamal likes it. That's legit because it's $2. You know. Kamal, question of the day. What do you not like about Cody? Honestly, the only thing I don't like about Cody, Kamal, I like the chart a lot. Under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, close over the 5-day moving average. I like that. I like the double bottom. It's perfect. It's a good risk reward ratio. The only thing I don't like about it is just the mere fact, Kamal, that it's a $2 stock. That's the only thing that concerns me. You know, when I was in the chewing gum business, I did get some experience and some insight to how smaller stocks can be manipulated by the market makers. Now, look, this trades 9.3 million shares, so that's a little different. But I've always had a little bit of an aversion to very low price stocks. But that technically from the chart, it's perfect. It's great on the weekly. It's great on the daily. I just don't like the fact that it's a $2.86 stock. Frank said, it's over. Oh, the October is over. Sorry, I was thinking October, November. It's over. Just the one night SPY trade. And you did well with it, right, Frank? Sorry, I must have not understood the trade. I thought it was for a month, though, but it ended. It ended, and that's why he took it, I think. Frank, so you take one night overnight trade one time per month. Yeah, is that what you mean? Thank you, Dan. That's a good way to put it. Frank says, I rarely buy stocks under $5. Yeah, right. So that's the... Johan says, thanks, Kamal, for bringing Cody up. The weekly looks attractive indeed. It does. It's a great double bottom with the bullish divergence on the weekly. I mean, it really is. It's fantastic. And the daily's good as well. It's just the $2 stock. That's all. Quad says, Cody could become the next Suave or Dial soap. Oh, that'd be good. Frank says, yes, Dan, one time only. Gotcha. All right. Kamal, you're out of Goldman Sachs, right? Did I miss that, or are you holding? Boy, there are a lot of positions up on this board, huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. I was hoping. I was going to be disappointed, Kamal, to be honest. I mean, of course, you can do whatever you want to do, but I thought that was the trade plan for both of us. That was up nicely today also. The curse of Goldman Sachs continues. I think we should listen to Frank. Johan says, agree with Quad. Greg is patient and teaches really good mind method and money management. Well, thank you, Johan. Yeah, Johan's a student of mine, a previous student of mine as well. Thank you. Interesting words, good mind method and money management. Did you get that from Dr. Elder? Did you get that from reading a Dr. Elder book? Because when I studied with Dr. Elder personally, that was exactly the phrase that he used, Johan. Kamal says, yes, most definitely that was the trade plan. Okay, good. We were gonna have a little discussion later if that was not the case. Hey, look, it could go up tomorrow. Actually, I'll buy it again tomorrow. If it goes up, I will buy it because look how close we're getting to the 520 crossover. We could have another higher low break back above the 200 and the 520 crossover. MACD is positive. So, it has a chance. It has a chance. I will buy it again tomorrow. Frank, put your hands over your ears. That's it, Greg. I knew it. I know my books, right? Wow, big day today. Interesting. Big swing day today, but I had a loss on my day trades. My day trades have been really good lately, if I say so myself. But that's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you have bad swing trades, but good day trades, and sometimes you have good bad day trades and good swing trades. But all in all, it was a very profitable day today and a good start to the month for sure. So I have to go to the dentist today just to get a cleaning and a checkup. But it's going to take me out of my routine for hiking. I'm looking at the mountains and they're begging to me and I'm like, yeah, sorry, can't do it today. Dan says, IBD teaches low price stock caution. Yeah, I 100% agree, Dan. And IBD, which is Investors Business Daily, that's Bill O'Neill, has some really great books. That's a good site too, the Investors Business Daily. They have the IBD 50, which it comes out of their scanner. They have the CanSlim method, which is, some qualifications and some filters of, having certain amount of growth, quarter over quarter, year over year, having, new kind of innovative products. I think the book is called How to Make Money in Stocks, kind of a plain sounding book, but it's an excellent book from William O'Neill. And like Dan just mentioned there, IBD teaches low price stock caution. And that was my caution on Cody. And, but who knows? Last time Cody had a buy signal with Kamal, it went up 16% the next day. So I hope that goes up for everyone. All right, so I have Frank, Steve, Brian, and myself still in AMD. I'm the only one in Etsy. Okay. No one liked my Etsy trade, but it's up. It's up nicely. Chewy, Johan, Yas, Quad, and myself. I like the sideways motion. I like the trigger of the fractal. I like the under 50, over 50. I like the positive MACD crossover. Again, like I talked about at the beginning of the podcast, it's all about confluence and combination of signals. Some people buy strictly when you have a crossover. That's one group of buyers. Other group of buyers, we have a 520 crossover. That's another group of buyers. Some groups of buyers come in when you go under 50, over 50. Another group of buyers. Some buyers come in when you trigger a fractal. So a lot of signals, but unfortunately it doesn't mean it's going to go up tomorrow. But I do like the volume. Okay, well listen, let me leave you off with this before I head to the dentist. Have a good rest of your day. Please go out and try to do something nice for somebody today. Just one nice thing every day to another human being will make the world a lot better place, and it will make it doubly a better place if you could go out and do something nice for an animal as well. A dog, a cat, a bird, whatever. Throw the ball, give them a little scratch, take them on a walk, give them a little treat, whatever. But something nice for a human, something nice for an animal every day will improve your trading as well. I don't know if that's true. It sounds good, but can't hurt to say, right? But it probably will. Probably make you feel better about yourself. So have a good rest of your day. Congratulations, everyone, on some nice trades there today. And hopefully we will see you tomorrow. So thanks again. Take care. Be good. Be safe. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.